All right, let's talk about making money online. Whether you're looking to start a side hustle, build a full-blown business, or just earn a little extra cash, things can get confusing. So today, we're creating your roadmap, a clear guide to get you started in 2026. The internet right now, it's like a modern-day gold rush. Seriously. Just like those old-timey prospectors headed out to find their fortune, today's explorers are going online. The potential for wealth is absolutely massive, but let's be real. It can also feel a bit like the Wild West, totally overwhelming and hard to know where to even start digging. And that really is the big question, isn't it? You hear about freelancing, dropshipping, crypto, content creation. The list just goes on, and the sheer number of choices can be paralyzing. How do you find the path that's right for you? Well, that is exactly the problem we're going to solve today. So here's our map. We're going to explore four key territories of online income: selling what you know, selling things you make, investing your money, and even just monetizing your downtime. Then we'll wrap it all up by figuring out how to choose the right path for your journey. Okay, let's dive into our first territory: selling your skills. This one is all about taking the expertise you already have, and trust me, you have it, whether you realize it or not, and turning it into cash. The most important thing to get here is that you are the product. You're not inventing something brand new to sell. You're just packaging up your existing knowledge. Could be coding, could be writing. Heck, it could even be just being super organized and offering it as a service to a global market. And the demand for these skills? It's huge. You could be a freelance web developer working on a big project, an online tutor helping students on the other side of the world, a virtual assistant managing someone's crazy schedule, or even a video editor just picking up small one-off gigs. So where do you actually find these opportunities? Well, that's where the big online marketplaces come into play. Platforms like Upwork and Fiverr are these massive hubs for pretty much any kind of freelance work you can imagine. If teaching is more your thing, you'd probably look at places like Preply or Udemy. And for smaller, more local jobs, TaskRabbit is great for connecting you with people who need help right in your area. All right, let's move on to our second territory. Here, we're shifting gears from selling your time to actually selling, well, things. This is the world of selling products and creations. In this zone, you've got two main paths. You're either making physical stuff that has to be packed up and shipped, like a custom t-shirt, or you're creating digital assets that can be delivered instantly with just the click of a button. And within this category, there are two really different ways to operate. On one hand, you've got something like drop shipping, where you're basically the middleman. You sell products from a supplier, and they handle all the inventory and shipping. Then, on the other hand, you have digital products, where you do the work to create something once, and then you can sell it an infinite number of times with almost zero extra cost. And that right there is the real magic of digital products. I mean, think about it. You can write an ebook, design a cool set of templates, or record an online course. Once that initial work is done, you could be earning passive income from that one creation for years to come. It's powerful stuff. So where do you sell these things? For e-commerce in general, Shopify and Amazon are the absolute giants. For print on demand, companies like Printify or Printful will actually print and ship your custom designs for you. And for digital goods like photos or templates, marketplaces like Etsy and Shutterstock are gonna be your best friends. All right, our third territory is a bit different from the first two. It requires less of your time or a specific creative skill and more of your existing funds. This is all about investing your capital. The core idea here is really simple. You're using money to make more money. This could be through traditional stuff like stocks or newer avenues like digital assets, or even the age-old business of just buying something cheap and selling it for a profit. And hey, you don't need a massive bankroll to get started. A lot of platforms now let you buy fractional shares of stocks for just a few bucks. Then, of course, you have the high-risk, high-reward world of crypto and NFTs. And finally, there's reselling, sometimes called arbitrage, which is really just the art of finding underpriced items on one site and selling them for more on another. Getting started is honestly more accessible than it's ever been. Apps like Robinhood and eToro have made stock investing a mainstream thing. For crypto, exchanges like Coinbase and Binance are the big players you'll hear about. And for reselling, you can't go wrong with places like eBay and Facebook Marketplace to find both deals and customers. Now for our final territory. This one is perfect for anyone who just wants to earn some extra income without needing a specialized skill or a bunch of startup money. Let's talk about monetizing your spare time. This category is all about one word: accessibility. It's for turning those few minutes you spend waiting in line or scrolling on the couch into a little bit of extra cash. The barrier to entry here is incredibly low. A classic example here is affiliate marketing. It's such a beautifully simple model. You find a product you like, you share a special link to it, and if someone buys something through your link, the company gives you a cut of the sale. It's super low risk and doesn't require any money to start. And there are so many ways to do this. You can fill out online surveys, use cashback apps every time you shop, or complete tiny little micro tasks like watching videos or testing apps. Even starting a simple blog or a YouTube channel in your free time definitely falls into this category. And if you're wondering about the scale of this opportunity, just look at this number. Almost 4.7 billion people, billion, are walking around with a potential money-making device right there in their pocket. The accessibility is just on another level. So, after exploring all these territories, how do you actually choose your path? Well, start by thinking about your goals. Are you looking for something that could scale into a real business or just a little extra cash? Then think about your style. Do you want passive income that works while you sleep or active income you earn for every hour you put in? And finally, take a hard look at your resources. What skills do you have? How much capital can you spare? And does your idea actually solve a problem for someone? And this is so important. As you get started, please remember this. Anyone promising you'll get rich quick online is probably selling you a scam. The real truth is that earning money legitimately is a process. It takes skill, it takes patience, and it takes time to build. So be persistent, for sure, but also be realistic. And that brings us to our final question. And this one's for you. After looking at our map, I want you to think about your own resources. What is your single strongest asset right now? Is it a skill you can sell, a creative idea for a product, some capital you can invest, or is it simply the spare time you can monetize? Your answer to that question, that's your starting point on this whole digital frontier.